let me know.
Wait, what is my good side? This side? Yeah.
Yeah, that side?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same. Mine's this side.
Well, actually, add on.
Oh, man.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay.
Well, Brooke, you don't always have to be a star.
I know, but you do if you are going to be in the biggest boy band in the world. I gotten so worked up that I had thrown up on myself in my stroller. In my 14-year-old self, I said, those are hot men. And look at them now. They're like babies. That was kind of just like a casual interest, which I guess maybe a little bit more than casual. Hi, guys. Welcome back to Obsessed. We have a very, very special episode. The girls are here today.
Yay.
Woo. Kat, she's back. And we've got Emily, which is super exciting. Emily
Hello.
is new to the Obsessed space. And you girls host a podcast together, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm, we definitely do. It's definitely a lot different being here than like recording in my boyfriend's parents' basement.
Yeah.
So
No, it's kind of, I was saying like it is
different.
kind of formal at the desk.
yeah, I don't mind it though.
I like
it's,
it.
It's
No,
cozy.
It's very official.
Yeah.
Emily lives in Maryland, and we are
Tell us a little bit about
best
yourself.
friends from childhood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So Kat and I have known each other for what, since
I think we were like 6. That's kind of made up, but I think we were on the same soccer team when we were 6.
20 years. Yeah.
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 20 years.
Oh, so you didn't go to school together?
No, we did. We went to
But
school
you met
together
at
our whole
soccer
lives.
first?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I didn't
Which
know
is
that.
kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't fuck with each other in like elementary school.
Yeah, I do like to like always give the disclaimer. Like Emily and I have not been like we're always been in the same group, always friends, but it hasn't been just like Emily and I against the world, besties forever. But like she has been a constant best friend in my life forever.
A bit
Yeah.
of a rock.
I feel like that's the same with my best friends from home. It's like I've known you since kindergarten, but like I don't think we got really close until maybe like fourth grade. I don't know. If you guys needed those details,
I literally
I don't know if that was helpful at all.
We want every detail about everything. Sorry, you can keep going.
No, it's okay. I mean, there's really not much to say about me. I live in Maryland.
Emily,
have
please.
My whole life. I was roommates with Kat in Baltimore for 1 year post grad. We lived in Baltimore for 4 years. I just recently moved out of the city, like I said, into my boyfriend's parents' basement, which has been super fun.
Yeah, we're saving for a house.
Yay!
So-
Yeah. And honestly, it's been fine. I mean, it's nothing like living with your future in-laws, but completely fine. So
And you've been together for 8 years now?
yeah, been together for a while.
That's not bad.
Emily, that's awesome.
It used to be like
I'm serious. That's like
No, I know.
huge.
it used to be like fun to say, but now I'm like in my mid-20s and like approaching my, later half of my 20s, and there's no ring on my finger. So every time I say that, people like glance down at my hand. I'm like, it's coming.
Well,
Don't
I'm
worry.
in my late 20s as well, and
completely fine.
there's also no ring on my finger, so
completely fine.
and that's okay.
That's okay.
So-
But also that pisses me off when you tell someone like I feel like when you say, at least when I see TikToks, this is what this is based on. When someone's like, I've been with my boyfriend for 10 years, and the whole comment section will be like, without a ring, girl, get out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys have been together since high school.
Right. It's
like,
not,
what?
Yeah.
I don't need to be a wife right now.
Right. When did you start dating?
It was like the summer before we went to college, which is
Right. So it's like not the same
fine.
thing as if you met when you were. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's the thing
Yes, you do, Brooke. You know what you're talking about.
about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm just talking out of my ass right now, but I just want to be a part of it.
Of course. That's
Completely
going to be
fine.
me for most of this episode because Emily, like Brooke, is a very obsessed girly,
Yeah.
like our entire childhood. She has been like way more into things than me, like everything. But I'm always like interested in what she's interested in. She's like introduced me to everything that I care about, basically.
Oh my God, Kat.
No, in like I wouldn't know the music that I know. I wouldn't read the books that I read
Right.
if I didn't have Emily.
Right.
So a lot of this episode will probably be like
I'm blushing.
Brooke and Emily kind of talking about their shared interests that I know some things about.
Right.
Kat, you don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
No, that's okay. I'm okay with that about myself. We're probably going to talk about Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. And I was able to read Fourth Wing, really liked it. As we know, I've been reading Iron Flame for about
6 months.
6 months.
probably.
We're going on 6.
But that's not abnormal to the Iron Flame community. Like that one
Okay.
takes a lot of
My-
people a lot of time.
My coworker started the book before you, and she just finished it like last week, so it's fine.
Oh, that makes me feel better. I think I was on Obsessed a couple months ago, and I think I've gotten like 5 pages since then.
And that's fine.
For context.
Completely.
The worst part is I don't even
like it.
That's the worst part. I don't dislike the book. Like I do think right now where I am, like this 100 pages has been very like, all right, we're on a hike. Like, let's get this shit over with. Right. Like, people are falling off the cliff. Like,
I know.
Y'all will be fine. It's just like right now it is a little boring, but I didn't dislike the whole. I actually thought the beginning was like very good. So we'll get to the end.
I actually like am in the. Also, this episode is going to have Fourth Wing spoilers in it because we are going to do like a bit of a Fourth Wing dive. And I love to tell you guys, especially Kenny, kind of like the inner workings of the worlds that we live in.
I live for those. Yeah.
It's my favorite thing, explaining to someone who has no idea. It's so beautiful. It's
so fun. But Fourth Wing is also, I find Fourth Wing to be the most confusing.
There's a lot going on like constantly.
And I think she's making it up as she goes.
No, literally. Iron 100%. Flame all over.
I was like, well, how did you even get here?
Well, the funny part about, I was just talking to Brett about like writing something and writing a fantasy or something, just like in general. Oh, God. And I always remember like Brooke telling me, she's like, well, in a fantasy, I don't know what book this is, but like you being like, everything was horrible and then they found a magic amulet and everything's fine. That's so like you can like write yourself out of a really shitty situation. Like everyone's dying and then you're like, wait, I just found this rock. Yeah. We're good.
Yeah. No, that's actually the only thing that really pisses me off about fantasy is that I feel like sometimes it's a cop-out. Yeah. Like if the plot is like going in a horrible direction, you can just like all of a sudden decide to save yourself with like something that doesn't exist in this world by just like throwing in the amulet.
Yeah.
And being like, oh my God, like this person actually did not die because they had the amulet in their pocket this whole fucking time.
I mean, people are coming back to life left and right, but we love it.
Oh my God. Right. Yeah.
I honestly think like a lot of fantasy books would be better if people stayed dead. And like that has nothing to do with how much I like the characters or anything. It's just like it would pack more of an emotional punch if they didn't come back to life 18 different times via amulet.
Yeah. And you're always like, when someone dies, it's like a 20% chance you're going to see him again in the next book. So you're like, all right, this is sad, but we'll get him back.
I mean, that's like in ACOTAR. I don't know if it's okay to talk about that because I don't want to spoil that for anyone too, but it's like she will not kill off a character. So, everything's completely fine.
Right. We lost a big one, and one book that I read, I'm not going to say any book because Izzy, this is a book that I want you to read in the near future. We lost a big one.
Damn.
Once, but I didn't even have like a stomach drop feeling because I was like, they're coming back.
Did I read it?
Yeah.
I have. Okay.
Yes,
Izzy, are you in the process?
She's in the throes.
Yeah, I'm in Wings and Ruin, but like
oh my God.
chapter 1.
It's my favorite one.
Is it really?
That's my favorite one. Yeah.
Wow. Yay, that's good to hear. Because I went on like a crazy reading spree for the second one. Mm-hmm. Read like 300 pages by the end, and then I was like, okay, I kind of need a break. Yeah. So I'm slowly getting back into it.
A lot of us are taking a break.
Yes.
Yeah. A lot of us are taking a break, and that's fine.
Emily also loves like video games, like town games and stuff like that. And she was talking about her town on the way, and I was talking about
that's what Sodi's doing.
That's what I told her.
I said it in the car. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get so behind on my farm this weekend because I'm here. I'm not really gonna be on my phone. Right. But I was talking about how I'll like play my little farm game. I'll wait for like my crops to be ready and I'll read and then once my crops are ready.
I was telling Emily that Sodi plays and Sodi said she's like given up reading for her town.
She was literally like, Sodi was like, is a part of our Brooke Shelf book club. She's on the chair. She's on the chair committee. She's a chair member. She hasn't read any of the books because she's too busy with her farm.
I mean, she's taking care of a community.
No, and she really is like, she's a caretaker at her core. And like, I can't wait for you guys to meet Sodi. She really is the best. But we've seen like 4 movies this week because we have AMC A-List. Mm-hmm. And every time I look over at Sodi, she's on her farm.
That actually makes me feel so much better that I can actually work on my town this weekend.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, did you know that they can collab towns?
Yeah, I did.
Like they can go to each other's and like help with the crops and stuff.
What is this game?
I was not expecting to come in here and talk about my little farm game. It's called Township. You can raise animals and build like buildings, you can have products. It's all over the place. There's like airplanes you're supposed to fill to like ship out. You have to help the townspeople with orders.
Oh my God, I'm so stressed out.
And my zoo just opened up. Like it's crazy.
Thank you. Like Farmville?
Yeah, to a certain extent, but it's like a little easier, I think, like a little dumbed down Farmville. So
You are like Emily is a gamer to her core in the most like low key way. Like growing up, it was like never really a topic of conversation, but like she was taking care of her Sims. Like there was shit behind the scenes. Roller Coaster Tycoon was huge for you.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm almost I have the app on my phone and I'm so close to beating the whole game. But
damn, you're an entrepreneur.
There's 100 different parks. I think I have like 5 left. So
did you do Club Penguin?
Crazy. I did not.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
know you
like
were.
a full Club Penguin and Webkins.
Webkins for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. I missed the Club Penguin train. I don't
Club
know
Penguin,
how.
like they have a version
It's not.
that's not the same.
It's
like
not the same.
it's like
I've tried.
they took down Club Penguin and then someone rebuilt it,
reboot.
but it's not. There's
Did you have
something
to
wrong with
pay
it.
for Club Penguin?
Well, let me tell you guys something.
No?
Really, you did. If you wanted like good shit, you had
See,
to pay.
that's why my mother would never.
Well, no, you could play for
I
free.
don't think I paid.
So I would play for free, and then this was the most beautiful day of my entire life. My dad came home with a computer from work that was like an extra computer, and put it in our office. It had a paid membership Penguin on it with the best shit in the world. Me and my brothers played on that for years.
What
They
did
never
they
stopped.
have?
Like
What did the paid version have that we?
I can't.
couldn't
I think you could just buy different. Like you could buy cooler clothes, house stuff.
Oh my
There's
God,
probably
what
like a
dream.
special limited edition Puffle.
Yeah, there. I don't remember. I just remember that it was different, and my parents refused to pay for it.
Yeah.
which is totally fair because you could play for free.
Yeah.
But that was like Christmas, and they never stopped like paying. They never changed the password.
Oh
so
my God, what a
this kid
treat.
must have just
Wow.
forgot about his penguin, and it was gifted to us.
You took care of it though.
Oh my God!
So
Like it
yeah,
was your own.
yeah, definitely
Yeah.
changed a couple things, tweaked a few things in the house, but
Obviously.
in the
What's
igloo.
crazy is that I was Lady Efron on Club Penguin and Webkins.
Beautiful.
Do you want to know? I played RuneScape because I had brothers. So like,
Yeah.
and my name was HSM123 for High School Musical.
I would have contacted you if I had seen you
Yeah.
in like the Mancala room or the cafe in Club Penguin. I would have said something.
But I remember being embarrassed and people would be like, is that High School Musical? And I'd be like, no, it's my initials.
Yeah, totally. I was
Oh my God.
outwardly searching for others like me. Club Penguin.
HSM123.
I can't
But that
believe I
was on
missed that. I
RuneScape.
feel like I missed out on a big part
I hope
of
that they
everyone's
bring it
childhood.
back because I did like last year play the stupid version that still exists and decorated my igloo to full capacity.
Yeah.
But they don't have like you can't get all of the stuff. It's
Yeah.
just like it's
Not the
not
same.
good. It's
Not
not
the
the same. You
same.
can't upgrade your igloo.
Is it the same
You can't get a
games?
puffle. It's the same games, but it's like stuck in time. Like it's like
Yeah.
probably the first version that ever existed and nothing more.
Why
than
wouldn't
that.
they just bring it back? I don't understand.
I don't understand either.
That makes no sense.
Some things make no sense to me, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
But I think Club Penguin, like even over Webkins, maybe was my favorite.
Whoa.
I
See,
really liked Webkins.
But I loved.
I guess I'm
aspect
spoiled.
of
but
that was so cool.
Yeah. How
Like, we need
cool.
more of
We
that.
do.
More.
More
Absolutely.
physical.
Or like a
into-
Tamagotchi.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
we
my
need
God.
an adult version of a physical object that transcends into the phone piece.
Yeah. Well, we play our Switch a lot, and I would like something like I would buy something physical to go with my.
See with your Switch. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
I would also just love to have a DS again.
Do you
and
have
play
Do you have a
Mario.
Switch? A
No.
Nintendo
I'm
Switch?
shocked you don't.
I don't, but I should.
Yeah,
I'm like
you need
I
to.
can't pick up any more activities or hobbies.
Yeah, you're both.
Yeah, but it's like a leisure hobby. It should
I can
stress
only
you out.
do like one hobby at a time, and then I get really stressed about the ones that I'm leaving behind.
Yeah.
So,
I
like-
mean, I get stressed about my Animal Crossing island every
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
The way that the time passes though when you're not playing is like kind of messed up.
I know. It's like
That's
time,
horrible.
real time passes in Animal Crossing. So I come back to my island. Everyone's pissed off at me. My islanders are like,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the island. I'm like, please don't.
Yeah.
There's weeds everywhere. There's
my
roaches
God.
all over my home. It's just like so disappointing to come back to
I'm
that.
sorry, Kat.
It's okay.
There should be a way to pause. No,
I don't know.
you can't pause in real life.
You can't pause real life. Yeah. It's also crazy how like if I'm on my Animal Crossing island playing and like being productive, I really feel so productive because like my phone
You
I'm
are.
on another screen, just simply on another screen playing
Yeah.
a game, and I'm like, wow, this is like
100%.
enriching.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I have like a little Miss Pac-Man Game Boy, but it only has Miss Pac-Man.
That's fine.
Yeah.
See, there you go. Just
You
add
get a lot of
Switch to
screen time
and
on
it's
that or
fine.
no?
What?
Do you get a lot of screen time on there?
I used to, but I can't find it.
Damn. Lost in the
Yeah.
move.
Lost, but no. But speaking of move, yeah. I mean, yeah. I can't find it, so probably yeah. Tell us about your move, Kat.
My move has been wonderful. The house itself, you guys. So I've been like put through a lot getting this house kind of, but
it's gorgeous.
The house is gorgeous.
Stunning.
It's very me. I really love it. It's a much bigger space. It's underpriced, which has kind of been like leveraged against me, which is completely fair.
You want to tell us about it or not really?
I'll tell you about like, so when I moved in, I got the keys a couple days early, which was very nice of my sweet Lord and Savior, my landlord. And I got there, the oven didn't work, the dishwasher didn't work, the washer didn't work. It did not come with a fridge, so I had to purchase my own fridge. I'm renting also for
that's exclusive to LA, I think. It's like apartments just being like, you need a BYO fridge.
That's crazy.
I haven't even seen that in LA personally. I see a lot of like BYO washer dryer.
Oh, I've seen a lot of BYO fridges.
Oh, that actually makes me feel better because like he said to me when I was touring the house, he was like, well, everyone has their own fridge. And I was like, I don't think they do.
It's not, I wouldn't say that, but it's like not unheard of in LA.
He said, this is what he said word for word. I just don't feel like home when over here and then putting it in. I said, neither do I.
Obviously.
Neither do I.
You picked a good fridge though. You picked a good one.
I did pick a really, like, I will say.
It's so nice.
If you get to pick out your own fridge, like, okay, so I wanted water because water and ice, and I wanted ice, which is important to me. And I'm going to be here for a long time. So I was like, I'm going to splurge a bit. Let me tell you guys something about my fridge. It has 2 different types of ice, big and small, like Chick-fil-A size, a little bigger.
I didn't know
but still, it does the job.
Yep. And then as well as a pitcher that actually autofills in the fridge. You can take it out, pour it into your water bottle in 2 seconds, put it back in, fills back up right away.
So hydrated.
I'm so hydrated. I'm peeing all the time.
Have I told you about my ice?
No.
It's like this. I can't even talk about it.
Well, I feel like you brought it outside like to hear.
Tastes horrible.
Oh my God.
Maybe there's something wrong with the fridge filter.
There is.
Okay.
Probably just based off of the taste of the ice.
In your new house?
I can't. There's nothing I can do.
Well, you could ask your Lord, I think.
Terrified.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know. I told you about the trash. I bring all of my boxes here to this site because I'm scared to use the recycling because I don't know if I'm supposed to take it out or not.
It's easier.
So I just don't use it. It's easier for me to lug the boxes to a different location than to send a text.
Well, I brought some boxes today.
Yeah, we have no choice.
Well, why don't you just look and see what your neighbors are doing? Like that's what I had to do to see who's bringing out their bins.
Their recycling in the bins.
And then are they bringing the bins out?
I have not seen anyone bring the bins out.
Why don't you just put it in there and see?
Yeah.
You have access to the trash.
I put some stuff in, but like I'm too scared to put, like right now I'm in the stage of like getting so many boxes.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be the one to like fill it up to the brim.
I think that's
a shared bin. It's a shared bin.
Okay.
So I don't want to like fill it up if I don't like know what to do.
Yeah.
In the aftermath.
I feel like, maybe just do this for now.
I'm doing that. This is where I feel most comfortable.
And how long? You've been there for how long?
I moved in July 1.
Oh, okay.
So a little over a month, and you are way more moved in than me.
That's not true.
Yes,
Brooke.
it is.
Your place is like done.
Hey guys, I want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Nutrafol. Summer's here, and that means more time spent outside in the sun. Make sure you're taking extra care of your hair this summer, and right now is the perfect time to start taking Nutrafol. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement with over 1 million people seeing thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding. While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol clinically tests final formulations to ensure their efficacy. In a clinical study, 86% of women reported improved hair growth after taking Nutrafol Women's Hair Growth Supplements for 6 months. With Nutrafol, building a hair growth routine is simple. Purchase online, no prescription required. Free shipping and automated deliveries ensure that you'll never miss a day. See results in 3 to 6 months. Get results you can run your fingers through. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the code OWB. Find out why over 4,500 healthcare professionals and stylists recommend Nutrafol for healthier hair. Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code OWB. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code OWB. Hey guys! I want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Book of the Month. I am so excited for this one, you guys. If you've heard me talk about Book of the Month before, you know that I have been a subscriber, I think since my early college days. So that I don't want to age myself here, but it's about 10, maybe 9 or 8 years. It's a long time. You guys know I love to read. Maybe you don't, but if you've listened to this podcast once, you do. And getting a book is the best feeling. And that's why I want to tell you guys about Book of the Month. Book of the Month's mission is to share the best new fiction with their audience. They focus on finding emerging authors that allow members to find books they may not have found on their own or on Book Talk. And that's so true. Like every book that Book of the Month picks, like a month later or so, it blows up on Book Talk. Like they know what books they're picking. With Book of the Month, everyone gets to pick from the same selection of curated books so you can read the same books as your friends, family, or book club. I love Book of the Month because they have a ton of genres to choose from. You can choose between hardcover books or audiobooks, so there's something for every kind of reader. The August book I chose is Like Mother, Like Daughter by Kimberly McCrate. And the September books were just released, and I chose Blue Sisters by Coco Malors. It's about 3 estranged siblings that return to their family home in New York after their sister's death. If you guys are interested in trying Book of the Month and reading with me, you can get your first book in September for just $5 with the code CARDIGAN. And when you sign up, make sure to select Obsessed with Brooke in the survey after enrolling to let them know I sent you. Again, head to bookofthemonth.com and use code CARDIGAN in all caps to get your first book in September for $5. So
there's always more to do, but it looks like there's nothing that looks empty about it.
I haven't seen your place, but I've seen Kat's, and she's only been there for a week.
You're crazy moved in for being.
It's pretty good. You've made good progress.
I'm kind of like, when I want something to get done, I'm very quick about it. So there's definitely like, I think I'm gonna get a bed for the upstairs. Like that hasn't happened yet. Like random things. But with hanging stuff on the walls, I had a ton of hanging stuff, and I was kind of like, you just have to hang the first thing, or else you're never going to hang anything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I'm just going to start making some executive decisions because it's just my decision. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I just started putting shit up. And I feel like once stuff is on the walls, it starts to feel a little bit more. Because I will say my house is a little spooky. It's a little spook.
Yeah, a little bit at night.
Emily woke up to a gentleman screaming bloody murder.
In the home?
No, just like on the street, which I, of course, slept right through it.
I couldn't wait to talk.
Sounds of the city.
I couldn't wait to talk to you about it this morning.
No,
I know. Completely familiar, but still, he was going back and forth. He was pretty pissed off. But it's fine.
But your old place used to, like, now that you're out of that old place, I can tell you that used to scare me because you were like ground level window, like at your face.
No, that was a little scary. Yeah. That was like, I want to be ground level because I don't like to go upstairs. Mm-hmm. And I also like I wanted an apartment because it's what I could afford and it's what I wanted, but I also want it to feel like a house kind of. So that's why I got that. But there was
lovely.
I woke up to one night in that apartment with a guy. Because like it was kind of tucked away. I can't really describe it, but there was like a path tucked away that wasn't like on the street. But I woke up to a guy screaming at my bedroom window.
That's so scary.
And like
for whatever reason,
at my window.
Seems like people could get there more easily than other places, which I don't know why.
No,
I felt that way.
I do understand. And nothing like, well, there also was a parking lot behind my house that's empty, which an empty parking lot in LA is just like an invitation to do whatever.
Maybe it was that.
So there was like definitely a lot of people living there from time to time, which don't mind at all. They didn't disturb me. There was like something so funny that I loved about that parking lot is that there was a high school nearby to me. And they would all like get in their cars and come hang out there and smoke weed at night. And I could see them from my kitchen.
That's beautiful.
No, I loved it. And they were like, but I would literally be in my kitchen, like looking at them. And then one of them would look and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's not in a creepy way. I'm like so happy for you guys.
I totally get that.
And I could see them like being like awkward. And I mean, I wasn't like standing there staring at them, I swear to God. But it's nice
and if you were, that would be fun.
I'm happy to give them the space to do so.
Yeah.
Totally. But yeah, so the new house, everything did get fixed. I am dealing with like a bug issue. Exterminators had to come and everything. Ants.
That's the best one, I think.
Okay, don't bring up the centipede. Do not bring up the centipede right now.
I guess
there was a centipede last night.
Like a teeny tiny little centipede or one one of those larger.
We're talking a millipede.
Mid-size, yeah.
Okay,
mid-size, yeah.
Okay.
She'd be shopping in like the medium range.
Okay.
It wasn't that bad. Of course, it was the first one I've seen when my friends are like staying with me. Emily's in my room. She's
of
like,
course.
How do you have like a centipede up there?
Wanted you to, be aware.
Yeah, you're pretty cool.
It didn't bother me at all.
Yeah. No, it's been ants like in my cat's food and everything in like an insane way. And then the exterminator came, sweetest guy ever. But then they were all in my cat's, like, I have an automatic feeder. They were in the feeder. And then he was like, you should just throw the whole thing away. And I was like, can I just dump the food and like clean the feeder? Like, I don't really want to buy a new one eventually. And he was like, I'm not doing that. Good luck. Like, they gave me the heebie-jeebies. I was like,
what?
You're the exterminator.
Oh my God.
So he's like, oh my God, that gives me the chills. And then we're like cracking up because I was like, they're ants. Like, you're full, like, he probably is dealing with like roaches and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
He was so sweet. But then we put it in a bag and he handed it to me. He said, good luck.
Did you
And I
ask
walked
him
out.
how he does his job?
No, we were just like laughing. I don't know.
That's cute.
I completely
That's
forgot.
cute.
It would be cute.
I completely forgot that I had a roach problem in my Baltimore house this past year, and it was
Do you guys mind if we talk about roaches? and
horrible.
bugs?
This is not the
Love
first
it.
time I've talked about roaches on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's perfectly fine. Yeah, it was absolutely disgusting. I'm talking like the biggest
Emily.
roaches
Oh my God.
you could ever imagine.
And
Like
they are so fast. which
they
is
are
something that
so fast.
I didn't know before I encountered my first
I
one.
literally like the first time I found out, I
You
told
encountered in your home?
not my new one,
Okay.
but in the old space, there was one in my bedroom.
well, so I texted my friends the first time I found it. I'm like, there's one roach. Doesn't that usually mean they're more?
Right.
And then our friend Elena was like, no, you're usually solo travelers.
Solo
if they're
travelers.
massive. I'm like, okay, no problem. Continued to see them. So I'm like, they're just hiding
Well,
everywhere.
obviously that's what we have to tell you.
That's true.
It's a
That was
solo
really nice of
traveler.
you guys, actually.
It's like I feel bad for roaches because
Backpacking.
it's like there's no reason for like a roach to make me sicker than any other
They're
bug out there.
They're so nasty.
But it's like, what is it about them in particular that's like the most
I'd take a cicada over.
unacceptable living
a cicada?
Oh, cicadas are totally
Oh,
fine.
what did you say?
I would take a centipede over a roach.
There's
Yeah.
nothing I wouldn't take over a roach. I would rather a tarantula the size of my head than a roach.
I'll pass on that one.
Yeah, I'm good, actually. I don't
I'll
really
do
like
the roach.
spiders
Oh,
at
okay.
all.
Okay.
So I'm good. I guess, I got pretty close to them. So I'm doing a roach over spider at
Okay.
this time.
I saw
You have a lot of
pig-
empathy for like bugs, I feel like.
Not necessarily, not when they're in my home.
Ooh. I need to change the subject
Okay,
to
go
the
ahead.
pig.
Oh, the pigs last night. How are
I
they?
saw a pig last night at the OC fair.
Oh.
I didn't know that pigs came in this size. It's the size of a cow or a
Oh.
horse. Did you know that?
I mean,
I knew they got
I've seen some
A
big
cow,
pigs.
no,
every
like
day.
a cow-sized horse. I mean, a pig, a cow-sized pig,
How big of a cow?
a cow-sized cow,
Damn.
like a big cow. This pig was the size of a cow.
I'm having like a tough time.
A car.
visualizing
It's the
them.
size of my car.
Did you take a picture?
Yeah, but it's like you can't tell.
Like tall, like
not
a
traditional.
tall,
No. Like
round.
Because I was picturing
young
like,
woman?
tall.
Oh my
you can't even
God.
tell how big she is.
She is
And it was her birthday, right?
quite large.
So did you
No,
set on
she
her?
just had these babies. And like, do you see the babies next to her? How small they look? They were like normal sized pigs.
They're so cute though.
They were so cute.
Is she okay? Like
She's resting.
okay.
Exhausted,
post birth.
burnt out.
Oh, right.
She's burnt
Yeah,
out.
Of course.
How was the fair, Brooke?
Good.
I felt awful. You had to pick us up from the airport, and you.
Oh no, I wasn't even included in the fair.
Oh.
plans.
Oh. Fuck.
Oh well, because I knew you had friends here.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh God, I feel horrible.
Wait, am I
No,
not
I
allowed
didn't
to
even
cuss on
consider
here?
that.
No, I just always.
Oh my God,
I
okay.
always
She
say something
redacts.
like that.
I like. Oh,
I don't
have
know
an
how
issue.
that started. It's
My-
like a bit that's not funny.
My grandmother,
funny.
my grandmother listens to our podcast, and like I thought for sure I was going to get flamed about a
Oh,
couple
no,
things that we
no.
talked about, and she was like,
Wait,
"You need to watch your
Speaking of
cursing."
cows, will you read her text it to you?
Yeah.
Her grandma sent her a text about cows this morning.
Yeah, she texted me this morning, and she said, "Have fun, stay safe, try not to buy a cow."
Which
buy
we
a
didn't
cow.
we didn't know what that meant right now.
Isn't true. She said, "Ha ha" after that. So I don't know if there's some
Okay.
like some joke I'm
She's
missing
got
there.
some jokes.
Try not to buy a pig-sized cow while you're in LA.
I'm gonna actually
Cow-sized pig.
cow-sized pig.
Kat, I'm feeling horrible that you would have wanted to come to the OC fair.
Oh my God,
Brooke,
you guys,
I
I feel
didn't even
sick I brought
feel
this
a
up.
single way about Emily's being a spite on Obsessed Pod.
So sorry.
I didn't feel a single way about it. I literally saw it and I was like, that looks so gorgeous and fun.
And you
Well,
wish
we'll
you
have
were
to
there.
go back.
Yeah, I would love to.
The rides were very like, I don't do rides except for at Disney because those are kind of just like straight and fast. I just like can't do any spinning, which I feel like are all the rides at,
Yeah, it's
at
pretty much
fairs.
all they have.
But I did go on the like pirate ship one, you know, the one that swings.
shocked you did that
I like
one.
that one because there's no spinning.
Yeah.
I can do like stomach dropping.
Okay.
You
That
can do
being
stomach
said-
dropping, but you can't do spinning.
Yes, I can do stomach dropping, but I
No.
can't
Do
do
you like
spinning.
a straight drop?
I can do that too. Like
Wow.
I can do the Guardians of the Galaxy one at
Oh,
Disney.
yeah.
But I
Tower.
just can't do, and I can't even do the teacups. It's weird.
Okay.
I don't necessarily trust the rides at like little fairs and little carnivals.
Those
I'm like,
are-
who's putting them together?
Brutal. I thought I thought I was going to
get so
lose my
nervous.
life on the pirate ship.
I'm like such a pessimist when I get on any ride, like any roller coaster, any small little ride. I'm like, it's going to break down and I'm going to die.
I feel like it's kind of how you should be. I totally forget that it's even possible
To die?
that-
See, I wish I had
Well,
that.
I forget that it's possible to die.
Because I'm like having
period.
so much fun, but I'm like, I could die any second.
Yeah. Well, have you
is a
guys
great
been
way
on
to go.
the zipper in the carnival? Like in carnival?
Yeah, like
home-
years ago.
Like the zipper goes in circles
It's so
and you're
scary.
in a pod, like sitting up like this, and they're metal. So you can like hear it shaking and you spin on your own pod while the whole thing.
I don't
Brooke's
like.
worst
I
nightmare.
would be. I'm not kidding. In the hospital.
I used to run that back like over and over, but there's so
That's
many stories of
crazy.
them breaking down. Like
Mm-mm.
and people getting hurt. Because I remember I Googled when I got off like how many people have passed.
Yeah.
And I remember
Good thing once you
a
get
couple.
off.
Yeah. Very fun though.
Yeah, the fair was fun. I was drained. I was telling you guys that this is the latest I've been up all summer. It was probably like we left at like 11.
I don't think I've realized that. I guess you have been at events. You've just
I leave.
parted early.
I'm truly don't think I've been in bed like later than 10:30 this summer,
That's beautiful.
which
That's
is
fine.
I've been finding gorgeous. But
I've
La-
been finding it
yeah.
not as gorgeous because
I
like
know.
Brooke will do this thing where which I know that she has to because she's trying to make everyone happy, but like you give the illusion you're about to go out with everyone. She'll be like at the pregame, like kind of like drinking, hanging out in a good mood. And then she's like, all right, y'all. And I'm like, Brooke, we're leaving in 20 minutes. She's like, all right.
I don't get how you guys do it. Like to me, that's the event. Like it always like I can't believe you guys are continuing.
Well, the pregame's always more fun than going
Yeah,
out.
the pregame
That's-
is my
That's
event.
known. That's completely known.
Yeah, I have been doing that a lot, but that's actually been what's working for me.
I mean, it makes me happy to see your face.
always
even
nice to
for
see
a
you.
smaller
It's
amount
always
of
nice
time.
to see you.
It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you.
So it's okay if you
Yeah.
continue to go in that way.
Well, I do need to kind of like put myself out there a little bit more. So I do want to start going to things past like 9 now. But it was kind of the summer of resting for me.
Summer for resting. We can kick it into gear in the fall.
Yeah, that sounds good. But I was obviously so drained on the car ride home, and it was an hour drive. And instead of letting me rest my eyes, Tristan decided to play just like beats, like rap beats.
And with
we
rapping.
all had to,
Oh my
do
God.
personal raps
Okay.
to the beats about the fair, to different beats for an hour.
That actually sounds so
For
fun.
an hour, we had to go around.
Oh, an hour.
Can you
Drop
see
on.
how like
That's
Tristan
fun.
and Channing don't lose the energy? Like even on our way home from Catalina, which is like a long day, it's a long drive there and then a ferry ride for like an hour and a half. On the way back, they're just go, go, go. Brooke's like, God, I don't know how. We're just all sitting there like
No.
how. And then eventually they're just knocked out.
Oh yeah, when they knock out, they knock out.
It's also
Yeah.
crazy. Well, I haven't been around Channing too much, but with Tristan, how he can like command a room and like get everyone to
It's
do
great.
it.
It's an
like
insane talent.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Like he can really pick up the vibes when they're low.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
You need everyone
I'm
needs
the
one of them
opposite.
like in the group. You know.
You really do.
Yeah.
He's a necessity. When he's not there, I'm like, what's
What's the point?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not
I
even as
know.
fun.
Wow. I hope so. I know no one would say that about me because I'm like the like
No,
opposite,
you are
but that's
like
a
that
great
too.
like,
Everyone brings up something different. That's fine.
Totally.
That might not be your role.
You kind
Totally.
of have the privilege
Like
of like
I feel like a calming presence. Maybe.
an exhausted one. Yeah. But I wasn't. No, that was not me fishing for compliments. That was just me saying like that's
no, I know,
like,
but I do want to
nice
say,
to-
well, obviously you're fun and we love you there, but it's like nice when you don't go to as much because when you come to something, everyone's like,
Oh my
oh
god.
my god. You know, like I go to everything, everyone's like, all right, this bitch is here. That makes sense. Like,
no.
so that's great for you, Brooke. Keep that up. Keep up that
That's
pace.
a good strategy, you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to seem.
So now her fall of going out's not happening.
Damn.
Damn. And I was so close to. I was really wanting to get out there. Yeah. Yeah. That was. I had every intention of doing
Maybe
it.
you can go out with us this weekend.
I would love
I
nothing
do. No, I
more.
will. I definitely will.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see about that.
We'll see.
What are your plans? Maybe we could do something during the day.
Yeah, of course.
That could be hot.
That'd be really hot.
Maybe like a beach day, possibly.
Yeah, we could do beach day for sure. We keep going to Malibu and going to like the furthest beach in Malibu.
Yeah.
So we could do that.
But last
It's
time,
only 2 hours.
wait, are
Yeah.
you saying like you and your friends are going? You're talking about last
No,
time?
we've
you were
just
here?
been like, we've gone to Malibu a couple times and I don't know why. Maybe there is a reason that I'm not aware of, but we always go to like the Dead End Beach, which is like not the furthest, but like really far.
I don't want to say anything.
I don't either.
It would be
making
cool
the
to try a new
decision?
place.
I just ask like where are we going, and then like someone says it. Like I don't really know whose call it is, but that is our spot.
Yeah,
that's fine.
But we passed like 10 beaches on the way.
It's
which
like
I
the
would
most
think is-
random spot. And it's gorgeous.
It is
I would never
gorgeous.
say anything bad about that spot.
No.
It's just like, why are we doing the extra 45 for it? You know?
No one's really talking about it
No,
either.
no one's
until
talking
now.
about it.
This
No
is
one's
the
talking
first-
Oh my
this is
God,
the first
I cannot believe
conversation.
you guys haven't said anything. My ass would be like,
Completely.
hello.
Well, Brett and I on the way home were like, this beach looks nice.
Yeah.
This beach looks nice.
Yeah.
Why didn't we go to this one?
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So that, yeah. But we could do that.
We could.
Well, we love Malibu, so.
We do love Malibu. The last time, I think we probably talked about it, but the last time I took them to Malibu to El Matador for sunset, not a single, you couldn't see anything.
Yeah, it was
Clouds and the
pretty
whole
cloudy.
sky, no sunset at all. We drove an hour and 15. But my friend Alicia, who's actually sitting here looking gorgeous in the BNC set,
Gorgeous girl.
she got to meet a member of 5 Seconds of Summer, which is her favorite band. I think she's been like 20 times.
What was it, Ashton?
Yup,
Yeah,
on
that's
the beach.
great.
Which is crazy.
That's great.
So it was,
I
like,
saw
worth
him recently.
it.
I don't think I would have recognized him.
Alicia clocked him so quickly.
That's
it was actually
amazing.
so
It made
impressive.
my whole trip. It was everything.
That's great.
She said it made her whole trip.
I'd like to connect with him sometime soon too.
I'm sure you could.
It was a beautiful interaction too. Like it was
Yeah.
sweet.
Well, I blocked out.
Are they still together?
The band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
They're doing solo journey.
Doing
They're
solo
doing
journeys
solos.
too.
Mhm.
That's great.
I think he was on a solo journey. He was doing a shoot.
I'm pretty
Solo.
sure I saw something crazy on Twitter that Five Sauce ranks as like number like, don't quote me, 12 of like the top rock bands of all time. Like most streamed.
Whoa.
Most streamed.
I mean,
know there's
our
girls out
girls
there
are going to
putting-
ride
putting
for
work in,
a boy
yeah.
no.
band.
Oh
Of
God,
course.
yeah. The
Yeah.
era of them opening for One Direction,
Alicia. Oh my God.
like my mouth is
Okay.
watering. Like we'll never get that again. We'll never get anything.
Nothing's
like that.
ever gonna come close.
I also kind of feel bad. Like my sister is 11. Like she needs a boy band.
Yeah. And you know what's terrible? If there ever is like a boy band like One Direction again, like we'll be too old to
It's not even
to feel the
yeah,
way that
what's
we
the
felt.
point?
It would be
What's the
like
point?
borderline.
It would be weird.
Do you
creepy.
think
Yeah.
they're gonna come back?
No. Do you?
Kind of, but that's just me hoping.
Did you see what Liam said the other day
about
Strip That Down? He was like, you know, the thing about Strip That Down is that it got more downloads than any of the other boys' solo journeys.
no,
Which is not true.
That's
At all. He was saying that
crazy.
Strip That Down like did better than like all of Harry's solo projects, all of Niall's. Is at the bottom of the
Why
barrel.
would he say that?
He's experiencing some
Wait,
delusion.
Did you see that? I think Niall's gonna have a kid.
No.
Sorry, it's
I
not-
didn't see that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's
mean?
pregnant, which is crazy.
With who?
I have no idea. Girls
Where did you see that? Pop base?
no, I actually did not see the official notice from
Grape?
Pop Base, so
Was it Food Grape
could
on
have been
it?
Food Graped. It could have been, but I saw girls on Twitter freaking out about it, being like, "I'm sorry, I missed a couple chapters. What's going on?"
Do you guys still follow any like people you connected with back in the day on Twitter at that day and age, like One Direction girls, like that you?
No, I'm sure when Alicia and I ran our fan account, like our One Direction fan account, there were people we were interacting with, but definitely don't keep touch with them anymore. So
There was
don't
these
think there's
girls that I
anything.
met on the side of the road. Like, I slept on the street waiting for Justin Bieber to perform at the
Obviously.
Today Show,
Yeah.
obviously. And I met these girls there, and like we stayed in touch for like years and years.
That's
and I
beautiful.
still think about them sometimes, but I do think I unfollowed them, which is like fuck now looking back.
no, I did recently have an interaction when I was in Disney earlier this year where I met, it was when Taylor, it was her first show back after she released Tortured Poets. And I saw these girls in Epcot like watching a live stream, and I was with a group of people who did not care about Taylor in the slightest. So then I heard them, immediately ran to them, got their numbers, followed them on social media. So that's about it. We have not talked since.
Well, you might.
Obviously.
You have the opportunity
Yeah.
to do so.
I still like something that's still on my bucket list is like sleeping on the street for something.
For
to like
anything.
to see someone. I wanted to do it for SNL,
That would be
Yeah.
perfect.
but now I'm just like I don't feel like I would do that right now.
I feel like I'm
Seems
kind of
like a
glad I did it
lot.
when I did because I think my body, like I'm not
I don't
built
think
for
I know.
camping.
Yeah.
I know. I was gonna do it in college for I think Steve Carell was hosting
That would be
or something, and I was like that feels right
Yeah.
to be on the
Yeah.
street for that.
Mm-hmm.
But then I didn't. I ended up just being too tired to go sleep.
I mean, it's a lot.
Yeah. So one day.
I don't think maybe we've sat outside like a One Direction concert for a while, but I don't think I've ever had to like fully sleep on a sidewalk. So
I don't even think it wasn't my idea. I had like another friend going, and her mom was going.
Day you met him? Night you met him?
No, this is not when I met him. I did touch his hand out of his vehicle.
Oh.
But so that was just hand touch day. Day I met him. I probably said that on
I
this
didn't know you
podcast.
met Justin.
Oh, Brooklyn. This is straight out of like a fanfic. It doesn't sound real.
No, the story's crazy.
I've told it a fucking million times.
Well, I haven't heard it.
So I went to the Belief tour in Philly or Pittsburgh. You weren't even there. I don't know. I'm asking him like.
I thought you were in New York.
No, it was. I think it might have been Pittsburgh. Anyway, so like before the concert, you can walk around and like just go to whatever seat. Like we were just like, let's walk, and you can kind of see the behind the stage. So it's like me and my friend, and we're walking, just like looking at his wings behind the stage.
What
and,
do you mean you can see behind the stage?
Just like I'm saying, like
like
the
when the
seats
stage is
that
kind of out, like in a stadium or like an arena, and you can kind of like see behind.
Oh, like
from
you
the
were in
side.
the front row.
No, we were just like
On the side, right?
on the
Up
side.
Okay.
Does
Yeah,
that
like
make
side
sense?
seats,
Like
side
a
seats.
stadium.
Side seats and then looking back in the wings.
Yeah, kind of like not like you could see anything important, but like if you can buy really
Did he
inexpensive.
summon you?
No. So I'm back there and I see his manager, and I'm like talking to my friend. I'm like, that's Alfredo. Well, I guess I don't know who. What Alfredo?
I
He
think
was
it was
one
Alfredo.
of his managers.
Yeah.
It was Alfredo, and I was like, that's Alfredo, and because I was like addicted to all of them at the time, and she was like, no, it's not. And I was like, no, it is, and she was like, don't say anything. Like it's so embarrassing, and I was like, I'm gonna have to move forward.
How old are you? Can we get an
question.
age?
I feel like
13?
I would say probably like 8th grade.
Yeah,
Maybe
13.
yeah. And I yelled his name. He climbed up a rope, Brooke, from downstairs in like the backstage. Climbs up a rope. Izzy, you hearing this? Climbs up and hands us 2 meet and greets and says, "Go meet Justin."
You're lying.
I'm not. I have chills right now when I think about it. And then here's what happens.
This is fan fiction.
I know. So I obviously thought we were gonna like fall in love. We're like running through the arena, like sobbing, and then we go back and it's my friend's older sister and her friend, and we're like, hey y'all, like we got 2 meet and greets, and they're obviously like sobbing because they're like, what the fuck? And like the sister is like, well, my mom brought us, and I was like, I yelled.
Yeah.
I'm not giving mine
No.
up. Like I feel horrible. But anyway, we went and sobbed to this lady at the meet and greet, and she gave us 2 more.
Which is insane, even more insane.
So we went, all 4 of us got to go meet him. And it was like a 2-second interaction. He wasn't like super thrilled. And
That doesn't sound like
the
it.
only time he cracked a smile was when my friend tripped on his Segway and he laughed.
Hey guys, I want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, Alo Moves. Keeping up with travel plans and a wellness routine, these days, it feels impossible. That was until I found Alo Moves, the health and wellness app that helps me keep up with my wellness routine wherever I am. From beginner to advanced, Alo Moves has the flow or class that will fit your schedule. Their classes range from 5 minutes to an hour. So if I'm on the move or at home, I can always take the time for my wellness routine. It seriously has everything. There's yoga, Pilates, strength workouts, meditation, sound baths, nutrition tips, self-care tutorials, and so much more. It's really easy to see why Alo Moves is an award-winning app for a reason. Whether you want to start a guided program, try a new style of workout, or just stay on track with your wellness goals while on the go, Alo Moves has it all. And with over 100 new classes every month, Alo Moves keeps me hooked and motivated. It's like a constant stream of fresh vibes for my wellness journey. Alo Moves has been such a savior this summer, and it's going to come with me on the rest of my summer travels. It comes with me everywhere since it's on my phone, so I can always do a meditation or yoga flow when I need. Stay on top of your wellness routine no matter where you go. Sign up for Alo Moves today. Join alomoves.com and use code OWB for an exclusive 30-day free trial. Plus, enjoy 20% off an annual membership. That's alomoves.com, code OWB for a 30-day free trial and 20% off an annual membership. alomoves.com, code OWB. That's sweet.
Yeah, I agree. And I did move forward with completely slicking back my hair and smiling the biggest smile you've ever seen.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
excited.
I was so sweaty too because I just ran there.
Did you feel disappointed that he wasn't like giving you more?
No, because like I was like I shouldn't have even been in that space. So I just felt like lucky. I've always like heard he's a dick. Even like at that age, like I never expected him to be nice to me. I did expect like of course, you're going to have like a little bit of hope that maybe like he would look at you a little differently.
Obviously.
When I pull up my outfit and the way I looked, it makes total sense why he didn't look at me any differently.
Were you wearing like a Believe Tour shirt?
I was wearing a shirt with his signature on it.
Oh, yeah.
But like printed.
Yeah, that's different.
I would have
There's a muscle tank.
like that's like an appropriate reaction is to be like, yeah, that's totally fine. I had an experience once where I was obsessed with this Broadway star. Do you know who Aaron Tveit is?
No.
Okay. You would actually probably recognize him if you knew him. He was like in Les Mis. He was in the show Next to Normal that I was obsessed with, and also Catch Me If You Can. I was addicted to him, and then like went to the stage door to meet him, like shaking, like beside myself, and like it got to my turn for him to like take a picture and sign my playbill, and I like couldn't even like open my mouth. I was beside myself, and he kind of just looked at me like, hello, which is totally fine. Like I wasn't saying anything. And then Pop, my grandpa was like, oh, could she get a picture with you? And he was like, yeah, sure. Like, which is like normal, which is normal.
Didn't like his tone though.
It was like, he just like wasn't like enthusiastic, which is totally, looking back, like completely normal. Like I'm sure he's like, he does this every night, like so drained. He's like, he did completely nothing wrong.
This was after the show.
This was after the show. I couldn't look at it. Like I just started being able to like hear his name again. Like I was so sick over it. I was like, he is dead to me. Like
and people
he's like a pretty big Broadway guy, and people will DM me all the time and be like, you talk about Broadway all the time. Like, what about Aaron?
Oh my God.
I'm just like,
are you pulling up a photo?
I want to, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Aaron Tveit, Tveit. He was also in Gossip Girl. And like, I'm sure he's, I'm over it now. Now that like, I feel like I have a better understanding.
Yeah, I
of, like,
recognize him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that photo.
We can insert
the short
photo
hair
here. I'm sure he's like darling, genuinely, but he just like wasn't addicted to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he was on my, like, literally, he was dead to me for years and years and years.
I'm so sorry that happened
and
to
it's
you.
totally fine.
You probably understand that now too. At that time you didn't, but now you meet people all the time who are fans of you, and it's like you can't always
be like on your A game. And now I have like just like nothing but respect for Aaron T.
Yeah.
Just due to having a little bit more understanding. But at the time, I had printed the picture that we took together.
Did we get an age on this as well?
That's too old, Kat.
Okay.
That's fine.
Probably like 15 or 16.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fine.
that's
You're
Printed the picture
completely reasonable.
just to rip it into shreds.
I'm sure that was therapeutic. It was necessary.
Yeah, but I do now love him. Seriously, great guy.
Wow.
I had no
You
idea
worked for
that
it.
that man from Gossip Girl could sing. It's so exciting.
He has a voice on him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think he's.
I haven't seen
doing
any of
something
those
now.
musicals that you.
I have a bit of a
sent me.
confession. I've never seen Les Mis.
I haven't either.
The movie?
Really? You haven't? I'm shocked by that.
It's too long.
Oh, it is actually incredible. I
have seen parts of the movie.
Yeah.
I
You
haven't
have
seen
to
the
be
I haven't
committed.
seen the show.
I'm worried that if I do watch, like something's gonna happen to me, like how it happened when I watched Hamilton for the first time, where I like my top artist for my Spotify Wrapped, like
Yes.
Hamilton. It was a really tough year.
Yes. I also, Les Mis, the movie was my first exposure to Les Mis. Like I hadn't seen any
Okay.
production of it. So I was like so obsessed with the movie.
Yeah.
But I think people that have seen like multiple productions of it, I don't know how they feel about the
That's
movie.
what, like Hugh Jackman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What is he?
It's not as good, the movie, as the other productions.
Yeah, I would assume.
That
I feel like that's
that
usually the
makes
case.
sense.
That's the same with Rent. Like I love Rent the movie, but because I haven't been able to
seen
see it on
Yeah.
stage. But like my parents who like got to see it so many times on Broadway, like are like the movie's bad.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that's the best thing I've ever seen.
I cry every time I see the Wicked trailer.
Oh,
while I'm in the
my God.
theater, especially.
Did you
like,
apply to Shiz?
Full body
What?
chills.
Did you apply to Shiz?
No, I didn't, and I was
I
cracking
saw
up
you
at your
post
story.
that.
What is that?
I don't know. I gave them my address.
You apply? Did you actually apply 8 times? Did it allow you to do that?
Oh God, yeah.
I might
my
need to.
God.
Did applications close for Shiz?
But under different names, same address though.
Oh my God. Wait, can someone fill me in?
It's just like
I can't.
Wicked, like the movie account. Oh, I don't know if we'll get to Fourth Ring today. I love it though. Wicked, the movie account, like posted a collab post with another Instagram account like Shiz.
Yeah.
And it was just like apply to Shiz now with no other context. And
that's
Shiz is
better.
the school and
Right.
Yeah.
Wicked. And so I just applied for Sorcery. I was choosing between literature and sorcery. And then I applied for sorcery.
I'm shocked you didn't pick literature.
I figured I could do literature at another university.
Right.
But Shiz, like, you have to do
going
sorcery
for
while
that.
you're at
Yeah,
Shiz.
you might as well.
Yeah. So I applied for sorcery. And then I was thinking, like, with the address of it all, like, maybe they'll pick like 10 people and have Jonathan Bailey come and like surprise me.
Oh my
Brooke
God.
created the whole marketing campaign in her head.
But I think like in reality, they're just going to end up doing like sending you some sort of letter, like an acceptance letter to Shiz.
But the acceptance has to be to something.
I think it's just going to be a letter.
But then maybe you'll
But I
get
don't
to
know.
maybe
No
you'll
one
like go to the
knows.
movie or something. That's crazy to like put something out there and be like apply. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
And
I
sure,
love
I
that.
can't even
Plenty
imagine.
of people
Yeah.
applying
Yeah.
as well.
I should have applied.
It's not too late.
I heard the
Is this, like-
acceptance rate is
Is this
pretty
like
low.
an LA thing? Like, can I apply?
No, you can. It's just like on Instagram.
All right, we should do that after this.
Yeah.
Okay, we
And
can
see what
apply to
happens.
Shiz.
See what happens.
Damn, we shouldn't talk about it on here though, because I don't want y'all to apply and like ruin my
Right.
chances.
No.
The first Broadway show I ever saw was Wicked and changed my life.
I feel like
too.
that's like everyone's first.
Yeah.
It is life. It is life changing.
completely life changing. I remember I went to New York with my mom. I was like 10, and I was so disappointed we didn't get tickets. And we just started like walking by the theater, and my mom was like, "Surprise, we're going!" So
Oh,
it was. I was sobbing. I was like
gorgeous.
actually hysterical walking in.
It is really. I could see Wicked every weekend, and like something new will stand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was glad I got to see it again as an adult because I like forgot how fucking amazing
Yeah.
it is.
So good.
It is. I cannot wait for the movie. I'm bummed about the 2 parts,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially
And they
'cause
weren't very like loud about that.
They weren't loud
at
about
all.
it, and like in any show, the second act is usually weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in Wicked too, like it's not bad at all. It's just like the first act is like, oh
Yeah.
my God. And it's like just I don't want to just like have like the most magnificent part 1 only to be like part 2 is not as good and like
Yeah.
just put it all together.
Yeah, I agree. But at least we'll get to experience two.
I would rather a
different-
6-hour movie.
Yeah, I mean, me
Yeah,
too.
of course. Apparently, there are some like young Ariana Grande stans freaking out that they're realizing that she's playing like kind of like a bitch, respectfully. Like they don't know anything about Wicked. They had no idea her role. They thought she was like, I mean, she's Glinda, obviously, but they
Right.
thought she was going to be like really sweet. And they're realizing like through the trailers that she's actually kind
And
of
they're
mean.
upset?
They're so upset.
How are they feeling about
Ew.
everything else then?
Yeah,
About
what?
Ariana?
How do they feel about her like cheating?
I think they were pretty quiet about that one, actually. So
I'm surprised this is what they're
they're like she's
they're
playing a
cheating.
main
Like,
character.
we actually had people write into our podcast being like, can you guys please like talk about the Ariana rumors and how they're not true and how she didn't cheat with that man? I was like, oh,
how are we like how would we know?
I cannot confirm
No.
or deny.
no
due
one-
to not knowing her personally.
yeah.
Me too.
I still think it happened though. Sorry.
I do too, based on the facts. No,
Yeah.
No, I don't I mean like probably,
Yeah.
but I feel scared saying that.
okay. Let's retract it all because we don't know.
No, but that's
We don't
yeah,
know.
yeah, completely
And
fine.
I do, unfortunately, like I ride for her even in her faults. Like
That's-
I've
yeah,
let
kinda why I said
I
that.
wanted to sleep on the street for her. Me and my mom were gonna go to her at the Today Show. Like I just adore her, and there's not really. I mean, of course, there is something she could do to make me switch up, but like I'm gonna stick beside her.
But like I think like also like if you like her for her music, like
You're
why,
fine.
Why would that like what she does in her personal life?
Yeah, like if
Completely
she cheats,
fine.
like you're
Sad.
that's cool. I don't know.
Almost everyone cheats. It's
I
fine.
don't know. That sucks. Don't tell me that.
Sorry.
Everyone that writes into our podcast cheats, like
Pretty
or
much.
gets cheated on. It can be discouraging. So I'm sorry to our listeners because we read a cheating story like every week. But
Every week.
they are pretty
And it's
entertaining.
mostly men cheating on women.
Mostly,
right?
we do
Surely.
get some girls that will write in and like tell us about cheating on their.
Yeah. We had
significant
one
others.
girl who she went on a work trip, right?
Oh, yeah.
And she pretty much cheated the first night.
At, like a
and
work conference.
Aw.
She ended the story with like, "C'est la vie," and we're like, absolutely.
Totally.
And like we'll have to kind of rip in on our listeners too because we're like, girls, we can't
Right.
back that.
Right.
But I mean, also like, okay, you're fine.
"C'est la vie."
So it's a
like
tough-
it is technically La Vie, yeah.
it's completely c'est la vie.
Yeah. Should we talk about Fourth Wing a little?
Yeah, we can get into it.
Yeah, I
a
want to
bit.
hear Kenny and Izzy's reaction.
I do too. Well, Izzy, do you think you're going to read Fourth Wing?
No.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
I will say, like, so I was on a big, like, not reading kick for a really long time. And I was only reading, like, murder mysteries. And I was only reading when I was at the beach. I wasn't really doing it in my home. And then Kyle, my boyfriend, bought me Fourth Wing out of the blue. This man's never gifted me a book before, ever.
He knew.
8 years, yeah. And I was really disappointed because I wanted to start ACOTAR and I was so excited to do that. And I was like, all right, whatever, I'll read this dragon book.
Damn it, why'd you get me this?
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, I'll start this dragon book, whatever. Changed my life, like completely got me back into like the fantasy world. I forgot how much I missed it and how much I loved it. I think it was one of the best books I've ever read.
Emily, I love that because I feel like people have that with ACOTAR. And I almost wish, I do wish that I had read Fourth Wing before ACOTAR because I read it right after.
Okay, yeah.
And I feel like because I literally read all 5 ACOTAR books and then went right into Fourth Wing.
Yeah.
And it felt, to me, I liked it a lot. I would say I liked Bordering to Love, but it was like almost impossible for it not to feel like ACOTAR fan fiction.
Yeah.
Right after ACOTAR.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because there's so many parallels.
Yes, I have noticed that too. It's crazy.
So many parallels, and it obviously was written after. And then I was like, oh, it is unique because there's the whole like dragon wyvern aspect of it all. And then you read Throne of Glass.
Yes, wait. So I'm on Assassin's Blade right now for Throne of Glass. I just finished Crowd of Midnight, like on the way here.
Love.
So good. Kind of saw the twist coming.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh my God.
Emily, I did not see that coming.
I felt like it was so kind of obvious.
I didn't like
okay, that's fine.
No,
it's probably better that way. It's probably better that way.
Looking back, I'm like, okay, that's insane that I missed that. I think I only get the twist when I know there's a twist coming.
Okay, gotcha.
Like when I know there's a twist coming, like I'm anxious to crack it and I usually get it. But I didn't even know we were being set up for one.
Well, I feel like knowing Sarah.
That's kind of the whole damn point. Isn't it?
Well, knowing Sarah, like personally, obviously, like the way she ends her books, I feel like there's going to be a twist.
See, and I feel like the twists that she ends up with are usually like not something you could have seen coming.
Yeah.
It's just like something that happens in the plot.
Yeah.
But this is one that she had kind of set up and like it was like plot twist.
Yeah.
So are these all out before Fourth Wing?
So all
Every
of these were
single
out
one?
before Fourth Wing, and this series deals a lot with like wyverns. Is that how you say that?
I'm so glad you said it before me. I think so.
I guess how else
I
would you
read
say
it as wyvern.
Wyvern.
I don't think it's wyvern.
Wyvern.
I think
In
it's
my mind.
wyvern.
That
But
makes
I also don't know. And then when I read Throne of Glass, I was like, oh wow,
Yeah,
there's nothing original about Fourth.
Brooke, do you
They
want to
start-
explain what those are, or Emily?
Yeah, sorry.
I would actually love for Brooke to explain.
So basically,
For me,
what
just reading the
wyverns
book,
are?
Could you explain?
They're in the book.
No, I know what they are, but
Okay.
I think it would be funny to say it out loud.
So ACOTAR is Sarah J. Maas's second series. That's more of a fairy base. And we've discussed, Kenny, like fairies are not like Tinkerbell, what you're thinking of, just like kind of like an elevated version of humans with those pointy ears and powers and elevated sensing experiences.
Right.
Okay. Then Throne of Glass is Sarah J. Maas's first series that she started writing when she was she 16?
That's crazy.
I think 16. And that's also a fairy base. And also there's some wyverns and such as that. Okay. Now we have Fourth Wing, that's a different author. That's Rebecca Yarros. Those came out like honestly like 2020,
Really
probably
recently,
2021.
yeah. Mhm.
There's Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. And Fourth Wing is about a war college called Emily, tell us how you pronounce it.
Basquiat?
Basquiat.
Basquiat?
Yep.
in my head.
Exactly. And it's about a girl named Violet who, in this war college, she wanted to be a scribe because you can be different things in this war college to kind of support their kingdom. There's 2 kingdoms. There's this called Navarre, and there's also like another kingdom that starts with a P. Paramil.
Not
These are all
Kansas.
probably pronounced bad, which like they're always at war at. So they go to this war college to kind of defend their kingdom. And there's different quadrants within the war college. Violet, the main character, she wanted to be a scribe, okay? Because she's kind of like brittle boned. There's some sort of
they won't
underlying
stop talking about her like
They're just
immunodeficiency
teeny
disease.
tiny.
they like always allude to, and I think like she has some sort of condition that has not been outlined to us specifically. Like there is something medical there that we
I had no idea.
apparently like I've seen online she has that like Ehlers or I don't know how to pronounce
Rebecca, the author,
Because she
have
had
it in real life?
I thought she was just skinny.
No. That's what I thought too. And so I was like, not making fun of her, of course, but I was like, I can't help but picture Violet as anything but that woman, the chocolate woman from SpongeBob. That's like that shriveled up little woman, because the way that she's described is like so breakable, so brittle, so small, and I could literally only see chocolate, like that woman.
Crazy, because that's not what I was picturing.
Not what I was
at
thinking.
all.
And so I posted that on Instagram, and people were like, "She has a disease, so it's not
Dang
funny."
it.
And I was like, "I feel horrible."
That's fine.
I didn't know.
You didn't know
because they don't.
I'm finding out in real time.
I didn't know, but basically, her leg breaks every 8 seconds.
Oh my God, her
she's
wrist,
constantly
her
having to,
arm.
wrap shit, and it's like, okay.
So she
I didn't know there was
become a scribe.
So her mom. Her mom is the general of the military and also like works at the war college and is like mean. And she's like, she's a mean mommy. And she's like, you're not doing the scribe quadrant right now, even though her father, who has passed, her dear father, was a scribe and also the love of her mother's life.
Violet was like a scribe, like prodigy, though.
Scribe prodigal son.
Yeah.
He was such a prodigy, and the mom was like, I love your father, but you will not be a scribe. You're going to be a rider. Okay, you're going to ride the dragons like the rest of us, like your sister like your sister does, like your brother did before he died a few years ago. She lost a kid to the Riders Quadrant, and she's still saying, Violet,
care.
Violet, you're
and
you're gonna
most
ride.
people die
Most people
training.
don't even like make it through their first year of being a rider, but the mom,
most people don't make it through their first 10 minutes.
Most people don't make it through the first 10 minutes
Good
because in
callback,
order
Kat.
to get to the Riders Quadrant, you have to cross this like what I envision as a balance beam.
Me as well.
I'm picturing a massive stone wall. Is that not what you
called
have?
a
really
parapet.
thin. Yeah.
But to me, balance beam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Balance beam into the college.
Yeah.
So
Slippery as
most people
well.
slip right off of the
Extremely
balance
slippery,
beam.
windy. Obviously,
Yeah.
Oh,
starts
it's very
raining.
And on her conscription day,
conscription.
it was raining. It was actually raining. So, believe it or not, raining outside. So she had these grippy shoes on, so she was fine. But a young man was chasing after her to try to get her to fall, and he did push people. His name was Jack. He pushed people right off of the parapet, but not her. She made it. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Her sister, as she's going and as Violet's going to this Riders Quadrant, is like, just look out for our family friend Dane. Like, Dane is going to take care of you. Like, he knows what he's doing. He's been in the Riders Quadrant, and whatever you do, avoid Xaden Ryerson. Okay? Right off the bat, I want to hear more about Xaden. If we have to avoid him, I want to hear more about him. And Xaden is actually the one checking her into the parapet on her first day. Hot. Obviously, we know right off the bat.
Extremely.
Gorgeous.
Wait, I want to say something like crazy.
Please.
He is my favorite. Like, he's like my favorite man right now out of all these book series that we're talking about. Like, he's number one for me.
Like more than like Reese, more than okay.
Mm-hmm.
I totally see where you're coming from. Yeah. I adore him. He would probably be my second.
Yeah.
He is like to die for, but I like Reese is my literal. That's my husband.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. And Kenny, we met Reese Hand briefly
Yes.
when we talked about ACOTAR. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, but we haven't
immediately.
gotten to his like real story.
Can I ask
in
why
the
was
second book.
really quick? Why was the Dane guy pushing people off the parapet?
No, that was Jack.
That was Jack, actually.
Oh,
Jack.
Jack.
He's just
Okay.
a bad
He's just an
guy.
asshole.
He's just an
Okay.
He's just
asshole.
mean.
And
Yeah.
Xaden, we learned right off the bat, like his father was involved in a rebellion, and his father has since been killed. Like their rebellion is kind of being squashed, but all the children of the rebellion are marked. So Violet can
You're
tell.
really getting into the
Yeah. So Violet knows, like, oh, that must be Xaden because he's marked, and like, he does happen to be very hot.
Xaden also wants to kill Violet because Violet's mother like issued Xaden's punishment and the death of his father.
Yeah, Violet's mom really is the one that like squashed that whole rebellion, and she's also like horrible and was. I don't know if we know that yet, but we learn like is responsible for Xaden.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead.
No, but it's
a lot of the beef with the younger people is about like their parents' beef.
So obviously Xaden right off the bat is like, I'm probably gonna like kill you at some point, because that's the thing about Fourth Wing that's like fun and like Hunger Games. like is that they just like they can kill each other at any time in college. Like
And they will.
That's part of the survival, and they will.
they
Is
do.
like you need to survive.
Like
your
sneak
classmates.
into your dorm room and kill you vibes.
Yeah.
So it's not like Hogwarts. Where people
No,
can-
like
No.
you literally Violet sleeps with a protective dragon scaled vest. Okay.
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 Wow.
Yeah, so we get into the war college. It's a lot of stuff happens. Violet is like somehow surviving despite being like so brittle because she's poisoning all of her classmates because she's got a brain on her.
She's
Remember,
extremely
she wanted to be a
smart.
scribe.
Mhm.
So like when she has to
Scribe
like
brain.
fight people in the arenas, like she's just going in advance poisoning them at lunch
Yep.
so that they kind of just like
Can we
choke.
talk about this? Because I never really understood how this like was fair.
It's
Well,
all
she did it-
fair in games at Bad
Oh,
Diet.
Yeah.
But well, like, how did people not notice? She was poisoning every
she was-
single
I mean,
single
people.
person, but like it became a pattern. Like every person was poisoned before she had to physically fight them.
I guess
it's, like,
because like
so
she
obvious.
poisoned
Well,
them differently,
Did
and
she?
because
There was,
sometimes
like,
it
different
just looked like they
symptoms.
were
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah.
Because like they'd get dizzy or
They were
something.
like
and it just
slow
looked-
or vomiting or couldn't really
yeah.
see.
If everyone was
yeah, but
vomiting. I
no,
would be
that's
like,
what
yeah.
I in my mind. Like everyone's vomiting on the mat.
Well, someone
and I'm like, okay, no
someone
one's
did
catching on.
notice, obviously.
Yeah. So Zayden noticed.
Yeah, but he's the only one. I was like,
Of course,
okay.
obviously.
And it's obviously turning out that as time is going on, Zayden is like less and less wanting to kill Violet and kind of like intrigued by her.
I bet
Especially
y'all didn't see that coming.
No.
especially when we get to the dragon of it all.
Oh my god.
Okay.
This is important.
I have goosebumps.
She makes it far enough in the war college to she made it to threshing, which is when you get bonded with a dragon. Okay? Some people don't even bond with a dragon.
The dragons
Violet-
don't fuck with some people.
Yeah, the dragons will just incinerate
They
some
don't like
people
your
on
energy. Yeah, they'll
incinerate you on
cook
impact.
you.
Violet not only I have actually full
No,
body
literally, me too.
show. Not only does she bond with the most powerful dragon, second most powerful, I guess, dragon in all of Navarre, Tern, short for Tern and okay. She bonds with two dragons, unheard of. She also bonds
Never
with
happened.
and
before.
Darna,
Mhm.
who's this like little gold dragon. People don't know anything about like the little dragon, so it's kind of like, whoa, what's even happening here? Like crazy things happening. Tern, the dragon that she bonded with, is bonded himself to his mate Sagale, who's a gorgeous blue female dragon.
They
Who
describe
is
her
bonded
as
to Zayden.
gorgeous.
So now they're in like a foursome, like these two dragons are bonded to each other. They've both bonded to Violet and Zayden. And this I think I talked about on B and C when the dragons are like having sex with each other.
Oh my god.
Violet and Zayden get horny for each other. So that's kind of the beginning of their
Dude, a
sexual
kind of dragon
relationship.
bond osmosis.
I think it's also important to say that if your dragon dies, you die.
Very key.
So the whole thing with like Zayden wanting to kill Violet as soon as they get bonded, like if one of them dies, everyone dies. Like dragons and riders.
Wait, if a rider dies, a dragon dies? Yeah.
I think so.
Quote,
right?
Yeah, it does.
No,
No,
The
no,
quote in the
because-
beginning is like a dragon
With-
without a rider like blows chunks.
It's like it's like a rider without a dragon is
Is dead.
something. A dragon without a ride.
exactly.
I never even gained access
A
to that
rider,
quote.
if a dragon dies, if their dragon dies, the rider's dead on
Yeah.
impact
Mhm.
or a few minutes later. But if the rider of the dragon dies, the dragon either dies or just gets really depressed and like probably won't take another rider
Because it drains
because
their
it's completely draining.
draining.
It's drained to capacity. Okay, and I have forgotten. Remember, I told you about Dane when the sister's like, "Look out for Dane, like he'll take care of you." The whole time, Dane and Violet has a crush on Dane too. But Dane is like, "You're so brittle. Like we have to find a way to get you back to the Scribes Quadrant. Like you can't survive here. Like it's clearly not for you." And Zayden is like, "No, like you're strong. You can do it." So that's kind of the difference between those two. Okay, Dane really like wants her away from the dragons to safety, and Zayden is like, "No, you're like hot and powerful and
They
strong.
also grew up together,
can do it.
Violet and Dane.
Yes.
Sounds like Akatar a little bit.
It's literally like a Tamlin and Reese
Oh my God,
situation.
extremely
That's what
similar.
I was feeling about the fan fiction. That's why I was like, "Oh, this is fan fiction."
See, I didn't have that when I read.
Exactly. That's why I think I would have liked
Yeah.
Northwing a lot more.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess.
Yeah. So basically, one thing leads to another. Zayden and Violet are become addicted to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Violet sees that Zayden and the other children of the rebellion are like meeting in secret, And she's like, there's something shady definitely going on with the children of the rebellion. Turns out, Emily, do you want to tell us what happens at the end?
Well, okay, so here's my thing is I did read this book like
I did
2
too.
years ago.
So I did too.
I'm shocked at all the details you can remember right now.
Crazy.
I don't know where they're coming from, but the end is now becoming a little fuzzy. I can do it.
That's the
if
thing
you
is
want
I
me to.
read Iron Flame like directly after Fourth Wing, so I'm only remembering the Iron Flame. And
Okay.
like, I know that
I
Fourth
can
Wing
do it.
ends with her.
I can do it. I can do it.
graduating, obviously.
So at the end of Fourth Wing,
Okay, I remember now. I remember now.
Just came to
there's the war games.
Yeah.
So that's like the Basgaius, like let's kill a few more
It's
kids
like
off
your
and
last
see what
final,
happens. Like a final exam, but where you probably will die. So Violet is paired with Xaden and the other people of the rebellion. I don't know because the kids of the rebellion get sent off somewhere, and Violet has to go with them because their dragons are bonded and they don't want to be apart. So Xaden is like, you have to come with us, even though Violet technically shouldn't be with the other kids of the rebellion, who like Violet's mom was like, y'all all have to go together. The kids of the rebellion were like, we want you all together. Turns out it was a trap. Violet's mom and the other like administration people sent them to be killed because the government has been hiding something from everyone. And it's basically that outside of their kingdom, they're basically letting all the other people in the other kingdom be killed by these like horrible sorcerers called Venin. That Violet, she had just thought that they were made up fairy tales.
It was like folklore, yeah.
So Violet was completely shocked to her system to find out that they were not only real, but also that their government was hiding them.
as well as her mother.
Especially her mother, and keeping just their kingdom safe and kind of letting everyone else die. So that was a shock to the system. And it turns out that the whole rebellion that had kind of been shut down was trying to help those people. So Xaden's dad and all of the other children of the rebellion's parents were trying to help that community that's being killed by these demon sorcerers. But the current government is like, no, like they're on their own. Like we need to protect our own. So basically this whole time when they were meeting in secret, they were like smuggling out weapons to help the other kingdom. And Violet was obviously like, Violet is so fucking annoying.
Oh my
because
God,
she was like, I'll
the
never
morals.
forgive you from keeping this for me, Xaden. I'll never forgive you. And Xaden was like, I literally couldn't tell you. Like your mom is like killed my dad. Like I didn't want, like I'm in love with you. I'm addicted to you. But like obviously you have to understand, like I couldn't tell you this. And she's like, no, I don't understand that.
Oh my God.
And it happens for a long
the entire
time.
next book is her
all
being
of
like, I'll
Iron
never
Flame.
forgive you.
Oh my God.
But like she's fully on their side. Just I can't forgive you. So it's like, oh Jesus H, like please Violet, get it together.
He's like saved her life also
He's
like
a
10
great
times for
guy,
context.
and he's just trying to help the other.
She's like, I
kingdom.
just like don't trust you.
don't
I'm like,
trust you 'cause
I mean
you
that's
lied.
so me, but also
Yeah.
like let's get over it. People are dying.
Yeah.
So basically, at the end of the first book, she gets really wounded, and so they take her to like an outpost. They all, some of them end up dying in the in an attack from the Venin, from those evil sorcerers.
Are you done with the first book? Sorry.
No, not yet.
We're still
Okay,
not
okay,
yet. We're still
okay,
first
okay.
book.
Violet ends up getting hurt really badly, but surviving. So Xaden like rushes her to like a hidden outpost that they've been keeping to kind of smuggle these weapons. Turns out Violet's brother that we thought was dead the whole time is actually leading the rebellion against his mother. Actually, his mom's right now, leading the rebellion against his mother. He's alive. He fixes Violet right up. End scene. Book is over. The beginning of the next book. Violet's now pissed at her brother for being fake dead the whole time, which I get.
Are we gonna
frustrating.
spoil the end of Iron Flame right now for me?
No, I won't do that, Kat. I won't do that, Kat. Okay.
That's tough because I've never had like a book hangover so badly than Iron
The
Flame.
end of Iron Flame.
Like no book has ever made me
insane,
feel that
Kat.
way.
What?
Yeah.
Read
No,
it.
you. Oh my God.
The end of Iron Flame.
Iron Flame. So
I'll give you
far-
the space to read this week, and I can work on my town.
This is my summary of Iron Flame so far that I've been
And this
reading
is
for
the
6
second
months.
But by the way, in the beginning of Iron Flame, they just go back to school.
Just even after all
Yeah, they
that?
were sent
they
to
like
their
know,
death, and
now
then
they
they just
know
roll up,
everything. They were
be
sent
like,
to their
"Hello."
death, and then they show up and they're like, "Didn't kill us.
We're
so
back.
all good. Yeah, all good. We're
So
here."
Brooke like knows a lot more details than I know. Basically, in the second, they end up all leaving. Violet kind of brings them all to the new space with
And
her
now like
brother.
she's taking over. She's so annoying. I'm sorry. Like
She's really annoying.
And I'm not just saying this because she's like the female main character, and like I'm not trying to just shit on her. Like I do want to support female main characters. She's annoying.
I think she's like the most annoying out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like all the books we're
She
talking
really
about.
is.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
keep going, Kat.
I mean, this is like I'm just saying this is my watered down version.
Brooke will fill it.
Now they're in
the
this
gap.
new space, and with her brother, everyone's kind of like, why did you bring all these fucking people? Like, we don't even know what to do with them. And now this is basically all I remember about the book. So there's an ex-girlfriend named Kat. I just remember her because she's the same
And
name.
she rides not a dragon, but what are those creatures called?
Griffin.
Griffin, thank you.
This is Xaden has an
I
ex-girlfriend.
barely know what griffins are, but then there's like her whole squad and their squad have to kind of come together, even though they hate each other. And right now they're on a hike for me that's lasting about 200 pages.
So long.
And
It's a long hike, Kat. It's not your fault.
horrible. That's all I know about the book so far.
That's perfect.
Yeah,
actually.
I actually really liked the element of them throwing in like Xaden's ex-girlfriend with Violet.
Me too.
Yeah.
She needed a little push.
Xaden is to die for.
No,
Truly.
it's like actually horrible.
And I'm sure that Brooke talked about this on BNC, but like when Xaden and Violet do have sex, they like take down villages because she has special lightning powers, which is actually pretty important that we didn't mention. She actually strikes lightning as she like
the first lightning wielder in centuries. This brittle girl.
She's so brittle.
Sex or
no, not only during sex. It's just she can't control it because like the feelings. She can't control her body, so she has to like learn to control it. So the first time they have sex, they actually like blow up the whole room.
She sets fires everywhere.
She sets fires all over.
So and everyone knows like when they're having
to
sex,
know that
things are just bursting into flames.
It's not bad.
The first time that they hooked up, like they broke every single piece of furniture in their room.
Yeah,
like desk, bed, dresser.
Of course.
I
also lit like
I was cracking
on
up.
fire.
Like it's like the whole book is building up to this sex scene, and I just like it was great, but I was like laughing because they're like
so funny.
the armoire just breaking.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay,
Splinters into pieces.
But it was so hard for me to like see Violet in a sex scene like that. Because the way I had pictured her was the woman from SpongeBob. And so I was like, what does she look like?
I don't think anyone's ever thought that. Like that's crazy.
Like
I just thought of her as like skinny.
Are you not watching?
I couldn't see that.
Are you not looking at like the fan art?
I was too scared because I did that for
Spoilers.
ACOTAR and got spoiled.
Oh God.
So I was too scared. And I also spoiled the end of Iron Flame for myself too.
Oh.
Chunk.
Oh God.
That was so crazy.
That's horrible.
Damn.
I wish we could talk about it.
I know. But well, I'll tell you, we can talk about it when
Well,
you're back.
maybe if people because we just spoiled the whole first book, obviously, which I think would be entertaining to someone who maybe will never read it.
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
like, now maybe that will intrigue someone to read Iron Flame for about 6 months with me.
Yeah.
And then they won't have the ending spoiled yet.
Completely agree.
I understand like why it's taking you so long because there's like 40 different subplots and it's ridiculous.
Okay. I know you guys are like saying these names. That would have never come up for me because when I see a really long word, go right by.
I know.
I do that too.
I do too.
I'm just
Go
like,
right by. I don't
not
know
worth
what that
it.
village is. I have no like I don't know.
I know. It's
Oh my
tough.
God. You read Crescent City, right?
I just started it.
Oh,
did you read
Lord
it?
Yeah, I finished it.
Did you like it?
Yes, I loved it. I think I liked it more than ACOTAR.
Emily's a really good like. I will say
Emily.
Emily just kind of adores everything she comes
I
into
do,
contact
yeah.
with, which is a beautiful trait.
People will ask me for recommendations, and I'm like, well, disclaimer, I do genuinely love almost anything I do or
Yeah,
try
that's
or like
great.
put my mind to.
That's a great
so like
quality.
take that
No,
with
it
a grain
really
of
is.
salt.
Yeah.
So
Oh, love. Yeah, I am.
It might be like
I'm like
recency.
100 pages into Crescent City, and like I haven't
Oh.
been reading much.
it could be recency bias, to be honest. But okay, well, obviously you know that the first 100 pages are like miserable.
I'm a little bit
Like
miserable,
completely
yeah.
miserable. But the first book is so good. Unfortunately, it is the best one.
I
Out
got
of
the second one
three-
spoiled for me.
Oh no,
It's okay.
That's horrible. That's
all
horrible.
I just need to get
dude.
off my phone.
Yeah, that could help maybe.
Fantasy is so back.
Fantasy
So,
is so
we are so back.
Emily
girl.
had a Twilight lunch table in elementary school, and I would come some days because I had only read like the first book, so I was only allowed like half the time.
You know what's crazy is I was talking to my mom about like how young we were when we read Twilight, like growing up, and the first book came out when we were 7 years old.
I was only allowed to read the first one.
Yeah.
Until
Well, they don't have sex until the fourth one.
Or maybe I was allowed to read the second one. I don't know. I know my mom had to read them first. But like I was like, Mom, there's a Twilight lunch table that I can't sit at because I can't have the conversation. So you gotta let
Damn.
me read this.
I mean,
and she did.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I was
Yeah.
like,
Your mom is reasonable.
She's reasonable. She read them first, and then I think whenever it gets like graphic, she made me stop.
I don't even remember like the sex scenes in Breaking Dawn, but I would literally bring my Kindle like to my middle school lunch table. and
I
would read.
could not lift my head from those books.
Beautiful.
Complete addiction.
Yeah, no, I wore like an I Love Boys Who Sparkle shirt to school. We're so
lucky to have lived in during
so lucky I can't even explain it. Except one time I was watching the movies in college with my roommates, and we did decide to get like just a little high. And I did realize how terrible the movies are.
That makes it even better.
And was
It makes
full
it
on
so
like
much
having
better.
like a breakdown, like sobbing my eyes out because I cherished them so much.
No, they're so
No,
bad.
but it makes it
They're
better.
so bad.
good.
No, I know. And then I grew to reappreciate them.
Yeah.
So
I just feel like we're so lucky to have like been the age that Twilight was intended for when it came out, and then now we're the age that like ACOTAR and all that is intended for. Like we're living at the time in the right time.
oh my God, you're so
Kinda,
right,
like
bro.
I'm picturing my sister's going into 6th grade though, and I like can't picture her reading that. It's like weird.
Twilight?
No,
Yeah.
It just feels like we were so young.
we were born at the right time.
But I mean, it's important for us to learn about like vampire culture as well as their sexual activity.
Vampire culture, yeah.
150%.
Definitely.
Oh my God, girls, thank you so much for coming.
Well, thank you so much
we
for
didn't even
having
end up
us.
getting to your
Oh no, that's
stories
okay.
and all that, but
Oh,
I'm
please.
glad about
We do that
what
enough.
we covered, and
Yeah.
I feel good about our fourth wing conversation.
Me too.
And all of that.
I do too.
glad
I
we
think
could
that was
squeeze that in.
a great summary. Thank
Okay.
you, Brooke.
Yeah, you did a great job. You really jogged my memory.
Thank you. Well, I'm like so OCD about the details of books. Like I literally, like if I don't understand one thing on a page, I will spend, and this is
Wow.
why I end up spoiling so many things for myself. I'll spend so much time researching like on the wiki. Like I can't not understand one thing or I will not be able to enjoy anything. So I think that's
Yeah.
why I remember so much.
No, I can't do
You
that.
just reminded me so much because I like kind of skip over all the
Yeah.
minor details
can't
and
do
I'm just
it.
like, okay, they're here. They need to get there.
Yeah.
Like I don't, it's not enjoyable. I need to work on that.
No. It's also not enjoyable for me to like have to get every.
You should read ACOTAR next. You would love
Emily,
it.
let's be
You would
fucking
love it. The books are
serious.
small-ish to start.
I
They're
see
smallish.
what Brooke had a book
That's
on the
Crescent
beach
City.
this big.
That's Crescent City. You're not there yet.
I'm
worry
not
about
ever
that
going to
yet.
be there.
Don't worry about that yet.
Yeah. Well, anyway, our podcast is called Impossible to Say. if you guys
Please,
wanna listen.
yeah. Where can we find you? Everywhere that there's podcasts?
We don't do videos, sadly, because we are doing long distance relationship.
Okay.
But everywhere else. And
Yeah, Spotify, Apple.
Yeah.
I think those
we
are the
just
two
talked
big
about-
ones.
Brooke was burnt out. So we were going to tell.
No, I wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
I've never been.
She was at the carnival, or the fair, whatever. But we were gonna tell stories, but we'll do that on our own. So
Yeah.
And you can always come back.
thank you, Brooke. I love you so
Love you
much.
guys so much.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming.
Thank you for
Seriously.
having us.
Thank you.
Bye,
Love
all.
you.
Thank
Bye,
you.
all.
Bye, guys.